When you purchase a home, what can you expect to stay with the home and be there when you move in, and what is considered the personal property of the seller and will leave with them when they move? Hi, I'm Sheyla Duncan with the Jennifer Queen team and RE/MAX professionals here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and today I'm going to talk about what comes with a home when you purchase it. So to start, I think there's two terms that you should be familiar with, and that is fixtures and chattels. So let's dive into those two terms and see how they apply to this aspect of real estate. So fixtures are the immovable elements of a home, such as built-in features or permanently attached items. They form part of the real estate and are generally included in the purchase unless otherwise specified in the contract. Chattels, on the other hand, are the movable personal property of the seller. They're usually not included in the purchase unless otherwise explicitly mentioned as included in the agreement. So to give a better visualization on the difference between fixtures and chattels, I want you to imagine you have a house in your hands, and you're going to take that house, flip it upside down, and shake it. And so whatever falls out of that house when you shake it is going to be considered a chattel and would leave with the seller when they move. Whatever stays fixed or attached to that property when you shake it is, of course, considered a fixture and is going to be included in that purchase. Now, of course, there are some gray areas in here, but for the most part, it's a good general rule to follow and kind of distinguish between what a fixture and a chattel is. So there are some fixtures that are quite obvious, such as cabinetry or light fixtures. And then of course there's some chattels that are clearly the movable personal property of the seller, such as a table and chairs or a couch. But what about those items in between? Now this is where clear communication and documentation is essential. So of course there are some common chattels that are often included in a purchase of a home. These are your appliances usually, so your stove, fridge, dishwasher, washer, dryer. You might also see some larger items that are an inconvenience or costly to move also included. But again, really important to note that the inclusion of these items is not automatic. Personal property, like appliances, doesn't automatically transfer with the purchase. So this is where negotiations between the buyer and seller come into play. So it's really important for both parties to clearly communicate their expectations and come to an agreement on what stays and what goes. So how do you ensure you're all on the same page? It all comes down to the purchase agreement. So the purchase agreement is essentially your roadmap. It's going to outline what's included in the sale and what's excluded in the sale. So any chattels that are to be included in the sale must be written into the agreement for the buyer to safely assume that they will be there on possession day. So the best advice I can give when it comes to what stays with a home is never assume anything. When in doubt, write it out. If there is an item that is crucial for you, make sure it's explicitly stated in your offer to purchase. This doesn't necessarily mean the seller will agree to include it in the purchase, but it does open up the opportunity for discussion and negotiation. And of course, lean on your realtor for support. If you have any questions or are unsure about anything, talk to them. They will be able to guide you with this aspect of real estate and advise you on the best way to protect yourself and keep your best interest in mind. I'm Sheyla Duncan with the Jennifer Queen team and RE/MAX professionals. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions about this specific topic or of course real estate in general, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to help.